For Lab 24, Web-Based Hacking, we're going to start with vulnerability scanning with Subgraphs Vega. So vulnerability scanning, it's helpful because we can start a web server penetration test. So many vulnerability scanners exist, but we will use the open source scanner called Vega for this exercise. We're going to target a specific IP address or URI and collect information about the system. So these can be noisy depending on how they're configured. So in order to start, we're going to launch WinOS, the WinOS virtual machine, and then log in as so I'm closing up these old tabs and we've already logged in here, and now we're going to start by opening the Vega software. And the Vega main window is going to open once it loads. And we're gonna detail each of the parts of this program so we can move more easily when we're actually doing the lab. The menu bar, and we have the toolbar, the website view panel, the scan alerts panel, the scanner and the proxy tab, the scan info pane, and identities. And we're gonna navigate to scan and click start new scan. Then we're gonna select a scan target and enter this IP address in order to do that. The scan has started, and we can see the progress over here with the scan info window. And this is apparently it's going to take some amount of time. So we're gonna stop the scan after it displays 11 out of here. And to stop the scan, we're gonna click stop over here once it reaches 11. So these are the results from the scan. So there are lots of vulnerabilities in this target system, and there's several critical vulnerabilities which fall under this category, and they should be fixed up as soon as possible. So we're going to learn more about these, and so we're going to go to scan alerts pane. Here. And these are all the vulnerabilities that we have that are considered critical. So we're gonna look at the result for session cookie. This particular thing only flagged by clicking the arrow beside it, and we can see the different web resources where the vulnerabilities found are listed. In the scan info pane, we can see the name of the vulnerability, and this box contains a summary of the details. The request row shows the request that Vega made, and the resource content shows that the data inside the resource. And to see more information, we're going to look for the discussion row. Here. And it gives us the specific details of the vulnerability. Next is the remediation, which tells us how to fix the problem. And then in the end, this is the references column, which provides links to the source of information about the vulnerabilities. So now that we have the basic information and we know how to navigate Vega, we're going to start the next exercise in this lab. We're going to perform web hacking using the WebGoat platform. So we're going to navigate to start and go to Firefox, or just click on Firefox. We're going to go to the address bar and type this IP address. And now we have the OWASP server main window. So we're going to click on the WebGoat option. And enter in the username and password. So now we have the WebGoat main window, and this is so WebGoat is an intentionally vulnerable web application that contains different exercises designed for teaching penetration testing. So we're gonna start WebGoat. And this is the introduction window. So now that we're done reading this, we're gonna go to session management flaws to spoof authentication cookie. So we're going to open menu and then click on web developer. And go to storage inspector. So this is one of the web developer tools provided by Firefox web browser. It lets us inspect different types of storage that the web page uses. Since our goal for this lab is the authentication cookie, we're going to focus on the cookie storage. And so now that we have storage inspector open on our screen, so we're going to click on the cookies option on this side of the pane. Go here, which we already did. And we're going to click on auth cookie. And here we have the details. And we can view the contents of the cookie over here. And we're gonna inspect the details now. So auth cookie contains the value that is used to generate the session ID. Created, this is the date of the creation. The domain name and last accessed, the path, etc. Secure, same site, the size of the cookie. And now we're going to copy the value in the auth cookie field. And then we're going to open Notepad++. And copy the text over here. And we're going to save the file from here. So this is our storage inspector pane. We're going to click over here to close it. So we are currently done with the account called Webgoat, and now we're going to log in and use a different account. This is our new account, Aspect. And we're going to click on Web Developer. And go to Storage Inspector. And we're going to do the same thing and copy the value that we have here. and do the same thing, but differentiate the account. So this account was aspect, and this is the difference. And so looking at the values for both cookies, we can see that the first 5 characters are similar, 65432, which means that we need to decode the data after those specific characters. The data is encoded by reversing the username and then shifting one letter alphabetically. So let us look at the word webgoat. Reversing it, we get the letters TAOGBEW. Now changing each letter into the next letter, this is what we get, and the result is UBPHCFX. This is actually very interesting, which is the same value as the webgoat session cookie value. And since we are trying to get into this account Alice, we need to reverse and shift the characters for the word Alice. We get ECILA, and it goes from F, D, J, M, B. Interesting. And now that we have the value, we're gonna go to a new line. We can use this to trick the website into giving us access to Alice's account without the password. We're gonna change this value, and we're gonna copy this value and enter it here. And confirm the change. And now we're going to refresh and resend the information. So we have the congratulatory message that states that we have completed this lesson successfully, which means that this lab was successful and we gained unauthorized access to the user account called Alice. And so this lab has been completed, and we're going to close all open windows and applications.